Hello and welcome back to Transfer Talk on Football Daily, where we break down the latest rumours and gossip surrounding the Premier League's best players. Remember, the most liked comment will feature on this week's Sunday Vibe, so leave your thoughts down below. Let's get into it. We start this roundup in North London with more good news for fans of Tottenham Hotspur. Riding high after replacing the unpopular Nuno with serial winner Conte and having won 2 of his opening 3 games, we can now reveal the club are continuing to plan their transfer activity for the next couple of windows. According to Football.London, one player who is keen on a move to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to reunite with former manager Antonio Conte is Inter Milan's Lautaro Martinez. The Lily Whites reportedly agreed a fee for the 24-year-old in the summer, only for the deal to eventually collapse. The 35-capped Argentine, who has scored an impressive 17 goals for his country, has put that behind him to get off to a reasonably solid start to the season, scoring 6 and assisting 1 in 12 Serie A games to date. However, with just 1 goal in his last 8 games for the Nerazzurri, perhaps he's been distracted by the prospect of linking up with his former coach Conte at Spurs, the manager under which he contributed 17 goals and 6 assists as he featured in every league game as they won the Scudetto in 2021. While it's clear the Lily Whites need to bring in another striker whether Harry Kane leaves or not, Lautaro Martinez's arrival will be a little confusing, given he'd likely initially take the place of Son Heung-min in Conte's preferred 3-4-1-2 or 3-4-3 formations, which seems a shame given the South Korean's magnificent form over the last few seasons. Lautaro Martinez isn't the only potential arrival though, but while you might have been expecting the names of De Vrij, Brozovic or Kessie to pop up, we can in fact tell you that Conte is reportedly looking at West Brom Sam Johnstone as a January signing. Yes, that's right, according to the Daily Mail, with long-term servant Hugo Lloris turning 35 next month and unlikely to be offered an extension to his current deal which expires next summer, Spurs are considering a move for the 28-year-old Johnstone, whose performances for West Brom since 2018 have led to 3 caps for England in 2021. Having excelled last season for the Baggies in their relegation season, preventing 4.3 expected goals, 9th in the division, and backing that up with a solid start to this campaign, Johnstone perhaps makes sense as a low-risk, low-cost replacement who can then fight it out with Galini for the number 1 shirt. Spurs fans, do you think he's at the required level though, and how much would you be prepared to spend on Lautaro Martinez in January? Leave your thoughts in the comments section. We head to northern France now, where Lille central midfielder Renato Sanches has been speaking publicly to L'Équipe about his last few months. The 24-year-old was magnificent for Fernando Santos' underperforming Portugal side in this summer's Euros, with his dynamic displays the bright spot of an otherwise underwhelming campaign for the AS Seleção. He has since revealed that in the aftermath of the tournament he was set for a mega move to a super club, telling L'Équipe, "I was supposed to go to Barcelona this summer, but my injury ruined everything. That's why it collapsed." He recovered from that knee injury and was only able to make 6 Ligue 1 appearances prior to picking up yet another issue after a game against Serbia. This should come as no surprise to anyone who's followed his career. The former Bayern man has unfortunately been beset by bad luck throughout it. He's only started 38% of Les Dogs league games since joining them nearly 2.5 years ago, and hasn't managed to start more than 16 league games in any of the last 5 campaigns. But that hasn't stopped the player himself talking very publicly about the clubs that are supposedly chasing him across Europe. In his interview with L'Équipe, he also said, "Maybe Milan and Arsenal are interested, but I don't know. I spoke with my agent. I know which clubs are calling and which are not, but I can't tell now. I know I'm ready." This would appear to be a massive risk for both sides. Milan are set to lose Franck Kessie in January or next summer when his contract expires, and he is known for his phenomenal fitness record, starting at least 33 league games in each of the last 4 seasons. As for Arsenal, with Partey having missed 21 games since joining from Atletico Madrid, Arteta really needs a reliable midfielder to guide the development of Lokonga and the Gunners' other young stars. Are we being harsh, guys? And if so, how much would you be willing to spend on the midfielder? We head to Germany now to catch up with the latest news around Bayern Munich forward Robert Lewandowski. The 33-year-old has been in his usual impeccable form for Der FCB this term, racking up an extraordinary 24 goals in just 18 appearances. However, there have been multiple reports that the Polish legend is keen to leave the Allianz Arena in the near future in search of a fresh challenge. According to The Athletic, the former Dortmund striker spoke to Matty Cash during the most recent international break about life in the English top flight. This will prick the ears of every major club in this country, with United, Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool all credited with having an interest in the 7-time Bundesliga winner, who is one of the favourites for the 2021 Ballon d'Or. It's really no surprise. Despite his advancing years, the 6'1" striker shows no signs of slowing down, scoring a remarkable 103 goals in the last 2 completed seasons, and at least 40 in each of the last 6 campaigns. In terms of which club would suit him best, with United having recently signed Cristiano Ronaldo, Chelsea Lukaku, and Liverpool already worrying about the advancing years of Salah and Mane, who will both be 30 by next summer, the obvious answer seems to be Man City. Having built their success off generally signing young, emerging talents who can be easily moulded into Pep's system by the time they hit their prime, signing a 33-year-old would be a step away from their usual transfer policy. But with Lewandowski having excelled under Pep Guardiola's tutelage before, and with Gabriel Jesus, Ferran Torres and Phil Foden just 24, 21 and 21 respectively, making an exception for a brief period wouldn't be the worst idea. Lewandowski in this City team is an absolutely terrifying prospect. We hope for everyone else's sake this doesn't get done. From a striker nearing the end of his career to one set to explode, Sparta Prague sensation Adam HLOŽEK. The 19-year-old has scored a very impressive 32 goals in 104 games for the Reds since his debut in November 2018, aged just 16, with 15 of those coming in just 23 appearances last term. Unsurprisingly, this has interested a number of clubs from across Europe, although the Football Insider claim that West Ham are leading the way for his signature. The Hammers have, of course, had a lot of success shopping in the Czech Republic in recent years, with Soufal and Souček both signed after excelling at Slavia Prague. The Czech striker, who is back up to Patrik Schick at this summer's Euros, has started this campaign in fine form with 4 goals and an impressive 8 assists in 21 matches at the time of writing. It's no surprise that David Moyes is keen to add him to his roster, given the fact that beyond Mikel Antonio, his out-and-out number 9 options are incredibly limited. With 31-year-old Antonio in such brilliant form this season, having scored 7 and assisted 4 in 14 League and Europa League games, HLOŽEK would likely become his understudy in the short term. But with Antonio having missed at least 10 games in 4 of the last 5 seasons, getting another number 9 in January is absolutely essential to West Ham's top 4 aspirations. The only issue, well, it could be competition. Liverpool are said to be admirers of his talent too. Moyes had better move fast on this one, and with a current valuation of just above £15 million on Transfermarkt, he's not going to break the bank. There was only one place we could wrap up this week's episode, guys, and that's with the latest news coming out of Man United. After Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reign as Red Devils boss came to an end at the weekend, the hierarchy have stepped up their pursuit to appoint a successor. Having initially suggested they'd be looking to appoint an interim to take over from temporary boss Michael Carrick until the end of the season, believing they wouldn't be able to get their first choice, things are changing fast, because Mauricio Pochettino appears to be keen to join United. Yes, that's right, although this is an ever-changing situation that might well have been confirmed before this video goes live, current PSG boss Pochettino is reportedly open to moving to Manchester immediately. French journalist Julien Laurent says that the Argentine's dream has always been to take over United, whilst Ed Woodward and Richard Arnold are his biggest fans. This is supported by Samuel Luckhurst of the Manchester Evening News, who claims that United are confident they'll be able to get their man, and PSG would demand just £10 million in compensation. The former Spurs boss is said to be unhappy with his working conditions and lack of control in Paris, whilst PSG's underwhelming performances on the pitch, if not results, means few of the club's fans would lament his departure. However, guys, there is still a strong chance that Mauricio Pochettino won't be appointed right now. And yesterday in his pre-match press conference ahead of PSG's clash with Man City, he made clear he was happy at the club and wouldn't be distracted by speculation. If that is the case, United will return to their shortlist of 5 managers who could be appointed on an interim basis, which includes Laurent Blanc, Ralf Rangnick, and most notably Ernesto Valverde. The Guardian's Jamie Jackson wrote yesterday that the United board had made direct contact with the former Barcelona boss Ernesto Valverde, who could be brought in until the end of the season. The 57-year-old has been out of work since being sacked by Barcelona in January 2020, but won 2 La Ligas and a Copa del Rey in his 2 full seasons at the club, but paid the price for back-to-back Champions League humiliations at the hands of Roma and Liverpool. Prior to that, he worked at Athletic Club for 4 years, steering the side to 4th and a Copa del Rey final in his time at the club. Out of work, unlike Blanc and Rangnick, Valverde would be a straightforward appointment in the meantime, but there is also no doubt about it. United want Poch, and will try their utmost to get him. With the Telegraph claiming Zinedine Zidane is willing to take over PSG, it might just happen. United fans, do you think you'll manage to land Pochettino, and would you be happy with Valverde until the end of the season? So guys, that was transfer talk for another week. What do you guys think is going to happen with the United job? That is the big topic of the week. Personally, I really hope they can get Pochettino. It feels like a match made in heaven. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, remember to like it, subscribe to the channel for more great transfer content, and I'll catch you next time.